So he was trying to say that she has friends, those who have married and their husband passed away when they are early 30s. Are they permitted to use artificial vibration because they also have feeling, and because their husbands are not there, they have to use artificial, I don't know, he used a word, vibrator, oh, okay, something like that. And I think that he knows that, he was trying to say that he knows that I preach passionate about holiness, but that one, he doesn't think it's a sin. Okay, number one, is vibrator in the Bible? No, let's analyze it, because some of you, I'm sure you are there. Number two, there are people, you have even married and lost your husband. I prayed for a lady last week or last 2 weeks. He said, I am 40 years and I'm a virgin. 40 years. She said he's a virgin. Maybe more than 40 years. I think early 40s. He came with his mother. His mother said, Papa, pray for God to remember my daughter because he has lived for God. And he said that even at this age, he doesn't know a man. And I also know people. Yesterday, I was, if some of you saw me at the construction site, I was counseling some two ladies. And I counseled them. I was at the construction. I slept. I wake up 9:30, and I was at the construction site praying there up to about 6 o'clock before I left there. After all night, some ladies came to me. Both of them has marital problems. I have to counsel them for about 1 hour 30 minutes. They were in line. This one, they came as friends, but this one doesn't want this one to hear this one's matter, and this one doesn't want this one to hear this one's matter. Look at someone and say, I know I tell somebody, I don't want you to hear my matter, even though you are my friend. Okay. So they kind of, the first one say, and the lady go, if you want the lady was sitting, he said that where he's sitting, he should go a little further because he can hear. And they spoke. After one of the reasons, you see, when people start talking about marital problem, sometimes I come back and I say, what is your sex life? That's what I will dig into. If you bring your, get ready to answer that question. And when I asked one of, when was the last time? He said, oh, that I don't even remember. I think somewhere early last year. No, that's what so that's where the problem. You remember, you see, I never understand what Richard Roberts said. He said, all marital problems are sex and money. I said, Richard, dig it deep. He said, and I'm not going to dig it deep. I'm not a well digger. As we were sitting in the car, I said, Richard, can you write? He said, no. He said, when you grow, he said, as you are growing in ministry, you understand. But now I'm beginning to understand. Now, all these ladies are there. They are just serving God. You cannot say because your husband has passed, you have to use a vibrator. Now, watch this. The problem is not a vibrator, but demons will take over. And when demons make you addicted, you come under what is called compulsive demons. The vibrator will lead to one thing before you know you are possessed. Number two, don't clap because maybe you are part of the vibrator group. Let me deal with you. Now, hear this. Now, the next thing too is that this is what you have to understand. This is what sex is God's idea. The reason why you don't want us to talk about sex in the church, number one, because of your religious spirit. Number two, because of your hypocrisy. Because some of you, when we talk about sex, you change your faith, but you do it. No. So it is one of the most holiest things God created, if not the holiest. Apart from himself, sex is one of the holiest things God created, but he put laws and boundaries around it. It is a drive in a man. God put it in a man. The sex drive is in you. It's not a demon. It's God that put it there. It's a requirement of the flesh. If you like, ask this man. He's just coming from honeymoon. Are you getting what I'm talking about? Ask him. It's a drive. God put it there. In the context, when they were not married, when they were having sex, God is against them. But now when they have sex, now everybody in this room is as a result of sex. So sex is a life-producing act. But the God that created it and put it there, accept it only in the context of the marriage covenant. So God said, if you are not married, stay away from it. If you are not married and you are in it, it is perversion, you are under judgment, and also sex can be a major weapon in the hands of the devil. Now the reason why you must marry before you do it is that it is not free. No sex is free. Every sexual act goes with major both spiritual and natural responsibilities. So when you sleep with somebody and you take away where your shirt and you go, it does not mean in the spiritual realm you are free. It is the fastest way for spirits to transfer. It means that if this brother has slept with 90 girls, and this sister has a virgin, and he sleep with her, God forbid, the 90 spirits in this one immediately enter this one. So God said that, this said, Apostle Paul said that anyone that has an affair with prostitute is one with the prostitute. So sex is the only thing. The reason why God doesn't want to have sex is that it's the only thing that ties people's souls together. It ties. So when you have sex with somebody, you tie the person's soul with your soul. Both soul comes together. It comes together. And only God can separate it. That soul tie, only God can separate it. And so when you come to church and we say deliverance, it is not come out. There are a lot of deliverance God does for you that you don't see. Because some of you, if you don't go through that deliverance, your past life is horrible. There are some of us, our past life is not pleasant. No, you cannot even remember the number of girls you have slept with. You cannot remember the number of boys that sleep with you. So you cannot remember the soul that are tied to you. But you are sitting where you are sitting with a beautification. This is what shows the price Christ paid. Too strong. So the sex thing we are talking, it is not something evil. It is not something, God didn't create it like an evil thing. He created one Adam and one Eve in a garden, and he told them to be fruitful. When he said fruitful, he was talking about sexual act. In fact, the Adam didn't mean anything to the devil until Eve came. The devil never came to the garden when Adam was there. He never mind Adam. Adam was not his concern. He came when Eve arrived. Because when Satan saw Eve, he saw productivity. And wherever the devil see productivity, she will come and fight. Hallelujah. So don't that. If you are watching me, the one you send me the message, please, don't try to let Prophet Nana give you a permit. You ask the wrong father a wrong question. You see, by the time you use what do we call it? No, wait, I want a word to add to TT Brothers Metal Vibrator. Why have you changed your face? What? Oh, Jesus Christ. By the time you use B5 and TT Brothers and Otonfo vibrator, by the time you get a man, who is a man? No, you see the demonic thing that's around it? No. What God gave to us is not a metal vibrator. Because vibrator, God didn't give. Do you have a vibrator?